the definition is highly debated online because the term has become so saturated after only a few months of being blown up. But the general trend and the general theme on the Urban Dictionary is there is a guy or a girl who is overly desperate for the person they like. Therefore, it's rather subjective, although some people can stand out as 100% simp. Now I've come up with a paradox, which I like to call the Simpson paradox. And the easiest way of explaining it is that everyone in the Simpson family tree is the son of a simp. So that means Bart's the son of a simp, Homer's the son of a simp. But then that also means that because they are sons of simps, their father and their mother are therefore simps. So that does mean Homer is unfortunately a simp. Homer Simpson is a simp. Bart himself, though, has the opportunity to end this paradox by not having any children. As simple as that. Because you have to simp to have children. And if he doesn't have children, then the family name isn't carried on. It ends there. There's no more Simpsons, there's no more Simps in the Simpson world. And another thing supporting this paradox is the fact that they're yellow, which we usually use this word to describe someone who's cowardly. And this is a big quality noticed among simps. This also means that a simp is basically the opposite of an alpha male, which is another thing that's generally put forward in the definition of a simp. The creator himself of The Simpsons even said that he thought the name Simpsons was funny because it had the word simp in it, which at the time meant simpleton. But did they also predict the use of this word in our current society? Or is it just another weird coincidence? The Simpsons are well known for foreshadowing future events, most notably the presidency of Donald Trump, or the Higgs boson equation decades before scientists found out. But what really is a prediction or foreshadowing? Because there are also many times when the Simpsons just got it wrong, just plain wrong. Like, these predictions will never happen. They're outdated. They thought that by 2012, robots will have taken over the world. Or that by 2010, Big Ben would be digital. Okay, maybe these were just funny jokes that they put in there. But what if they weren't? What really is a coincidence? Well, a coincidence is really just the brain's incapability to understand probability. We don't spend our daily lives considering the probability of running into someone we know or meeting someone completely new that we can make connections with. At the time, it feels like such a big deal. But did you know that it only takes 23 people in a room for the odds of someone sharing a birthday to be 50-50? This is the most common type of coincidence that a person usually experiences, finding a link with someone you meet. Most famously, a Chinese couple discovered they both appeared in the same photo as teenagers 11 years before they met each other. It is highly likely a lot of the people you meet could have walked within 100 meters of you without even knowing that you could become one of their good friends one day. Some people have felt the pain and emotions of loved ones from a distance. One example was Professor Arnold Zwicky, who in San Francisco, February 26, 1973, at around 11 o'clock precisely, he stood at a sink, uncontrollably choking. Now, there was nothing really in his throat that could have caused this, and he knew that, but it was the next day his brother called and told him that his father had died by choking on his own blood in his throat at around 2 a.m. Washington, Delaware time. This is exactly 11 o'clock in San Francisco. Now, although it was a horrific experience, it made the professor wonder if other people have had the same experiences as him, and many people have. It is within the wiring of our brains that we make up coincidences so that we can understand the world better and make sense of it. We use coincidences like superstition when there is no direct answer, like switching or turning off a light, which is a pattern which we can comprehend. But if every time you wore a blue shirt, you have a good day at work, we could call this a coincidence. But it is also probably highly likely you forgot the bad day you had wearing that blue shirt. Because when considering coincidences, we always factor out the anomalies, because we have such a great desire to call it a coincidence itself. We want it to be a coincidence, which makes it a coincidence, because we're willing it into existence. Now, will Bart break the Simpson paradox? Will we ever truly understand what a coincidence is? Or solve how to understand the world without it? Or are they forever going to be an essential part in how we make sense of the world? As always, thank you guys for watching. I'll see you in the next video.